Alright, we got like 15 minutes. Let's go. Let's get it.
Dead. Well, when I say that we're already dead, well, the ancestors taught different than what we're being taught today. You see, everything is backwards, and they're teaching us that we're alive right now and we're waiting to die. But the truth is that the ancestors taught that earth was the realm of the dead, and that we're all dead right now. We're waiting to live. We don't know what death is, but according to the ancestors, death is exactly what we're experiencing now. And what's after that is what we're calling life. Everything has been told backwards. I'll give you a demonstration. Here is what death looked like to us. But to the person in that closed casket, their closed casket is really an open tomb on the other side. What is death? It's a paradox. It's a crossover point. Look at this paradox here. The person in the casket is dead, according to us. And all the people standing around that person is alive, according to us. But what's really happening on the spiritual realm, all of them people is dead. And the person in the casket is really just came alive and came to the real world. So we are not alive right now. This is called death, what we're experiencing. This very experience in earth was called the realm of the dead, the walking dead.
The book of the dead.
So we've been taught backwards. It's like a caterpillar coming in.
The Bible, they say basic instructions before leaving earth.
To be a butterfly, of how when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, it's dreaming that it's a butterfly. Therefore, when it comes out of the cocoon, it don't have to be taught how to fly. It's running flight simulation in its dream. We call that life. That's why you have to become a God right now in order for you to cross over into heaven after the fact. It's no different than in school. You have to become a third grader before you exit out of second grade. At the end of your second grade year, you are officially a third grader if you completed all your tasks and all that, which is why your teacher let you pass on into the third grade class. Why? Because you've outgrown the second grade and you've completed all your courses.
I tell people this all the time.
You don't stay a second grader at the end of the second grade year. Hopefully you become a third grader now so that we can pass you on. You don't.
I always tell people, I'm like, you don't get it right, you're gonna repeat this. You're gonna repeat the sixth grade. Keep it up. Keep not tuning in to DB Gang Starting Simulation. Keep not listening to Brother Sanchez over here. All you're gonna do is repeat the sixth grade. Come on back and do it again. You ain't learned nothing. There's gonna be a lot of people on that reincarnation bus.
Stay a human all your life. Hopefully you realize ye are gods before you die.
Facts.
And that awakening, that knowledge is the passageway, the rites of initiation into this other realm. Like Unc was saying, it may not, now I disagree with him on that. You can just get rid of good and bad. Because once you become awakened and enlightened to the knowledge, you got the universal law of karma. You wouldn't want to create bad karma. That's just stupidity. You want to treat people right. They say if you know better, what?
You do better.
You do better. So check it out. The brother was going in.
But you got a lot of people claiming that they know this information and all this stuff, but then you look at their life, and their life is still the same. So how is it that the fact that you know better, you're supposed to know all this information? I talk to people all the time. Everybody claim that they know about this, but their life looks like shit. You know what I'm saying? So what do you really know? If you know better, you will do better. You're not doing better. You're doing worse. And I'm not just necessarily talking financial either. I'm talking about yourself, your spiritual self. I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking about spiritual growth. I don't be seeing no spiritual growth in people. I see attachments to this world. I see bots and gang stalkers. I see people with body snatched. That's what the fuck I see.
And I'm gonna eat the fish and spit out the bones. I agree with a lot of what he's saying. I've been saying it, so I'm gonna put a stamp of approval on it. And I think it was a great interview. So yeah, I think that we are dead right now, and what we really look like is this, and that it's a paradox. Everything that's happening in this realm, in the other realm, it's totally reversed, man. Totally reversed. So in this realm, you see a person in a casket dead with the living around them, but on the flip side, all of them are dead and he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And that's
this was the
and this right here, you already know I did a video on this a long time ago. I said this is the T.I. right here. You know what I'm saying? And you wake up. You wake up to what the world is really about. Everybody around you is fucking in some pies. Know what I'm saying? You trust me, the gang look, the TIs know, the target individuals know. The real ones that wake up into this machine and you see all this dumb shit going on in the world, you should at least realize, you know, that okay, I was told a lie about this fucking world. This world ain't nowhere what I thought it was. Hold on now. But then when you watch these movies been telling us for the longest. So it's at the end of the day, who do we blame? We blame ourselves. Because you wasn't fucking paying attention in class. The Matrix came out in 1999. I was asleep as hell in 1999, okay? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have understood this movie anyway. My mind wasn't ready for it. I was waiting on Jesus, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was trying to catch the Holy Ghost back in 99. But at the same time, that was the year I committed my crime. You know what I mean? So, I've been on my spiritual journey for a long time. Player. You know what I mean? It ain't been no walk in the park either. But this is the T.I. waking up.
So, yeah. And this was the story that was told throughout all the religious systems, is that us awakening from the matrix. Us getting up out of our sleep. Life is but a dream. And everyone that don't awake from the dream, they stay inside of their cocoon. The price for you to activate your pod opening is for you to awake in the matrix. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Every caterpillar don't become a butterfly, because when the caterpillar spin its cocoon, if it don't realize it's a butterfly and it's sleek, it don't transform. Isn't that powerful that your mind dictate what you become? What you believe you are, that's what you are. That's why the Bible said, as a man thinketh,
so shall he be.
You can finish the rest. So is he. If a man don't think he's a God, he's not a God. But the problem is...
The problem is people are reprobates and people are scared because these Christians, they want to talk this Jesus stuff, but every time when I quote John chapter 10:35, they get scared. Even Jesus said, is it not written in your law that ye are gods? Jesus was trying to tell the dummies. But these so-called Christian folk, they don't want to, they can't fathom that, or they don't want to, they choose not to fathom, because they've been duped and programmed to believe in this guy daddy. So now it just basically shatters their whole dream. You see what I'm saying? Which is good. You want to shatter that shit and get it out. You gotta make room for the new. That's why you can't even accept the new, because you got too much old data. Delete that shit and let's move on. If you want true sovereignty or true freedom, or else you're just gonna be stuck in this trap that they got down here. Because as you can see, the world ain't getting no better. So, you know what I'm saying? You better be looking at death completely different. You know what I'm saying? And just realize that you are eternal and you are God. You are everything. That's what you are. All that believing in that you're a wretch, a sinner, low down, dirty shame and all that. Get them programs out your head. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong with you is that you've been programmed. Alright?
Are a God. It's your right. It's your inheritance. You can't activate it. It's like if a lion grew up with chihuahuas and acting like a chihuahua. There's nothing you can tell that lion to make him activate his lion in him.
Like, could you imagine that? A lion acting like a chihuahua? I mean, cut it out. Man, you a damn, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking big ass lion. Can you imagine that? That shit would look silly as hell. But that's how you look right now. This is how the beast is laughing at you. Because he got you down here looking like a goddamn chihuahua and shit. And they're using your energy as loosh so they can get stronger. You know what I'm saying? The beast got your kryptonite. It's time for you to get it back. Player.
So I'm going to click in that lion one day and he's going to realize I'm not no chihuahua. This world was made for humans, but the problem is you ain't a human. You're what Neo is. That's a god. That's why Jesus said ye are gods, and Jesus was, the real Jesus was a god, not the Antichrist, because all of us are Christ. Just like this Jesus, he was what we are, what Neo is. And this is the story of all of us gods waking up out the simulation. It was told throughout all religious systems. Here is another artwork here from Egypt, the god Sokar. And then you have here your jack-in-the-box concept. Of course, the genie leaving the lamp. And you know we got to talk about them Olmecs on the left, baby. Mm-hmm. Yes, what if Brother Sanchez told you that the concept of jack-in-the-box was stolen from them Olmecs and the Mayans? And this is an old folkloric concept that not only did they have Jack in the Box, but Jacob's Ladder. Now, a lot of people say Sanchez.
And since he just mentioned ladder, Jacob's Ladder, whatever, if I thought about the movie Jacob's Ladder. If y'all didn't watch that movie 1990, that movie right there, just backing it up to what Unc was talking about, 607, and what Sanchez was just talking about. Cause Sanchez went first. I mean, Unc went first. I'm gonna have to do a whole different video with the Unc. But he was talking about how we already dead. And in the movie Jacob's Ladder, the dude was already dead, but he was just having dreams and hallucinations. He realized that this place was hell. He was being attacked by them zombies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch that movie, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, but the thing about Jacob's Ladder, when he was realizing that, you know, he was in hell, what did he do? He started to study. They called him, they had that little scene where he was reading dark magic, demonology, witchcraft. He started to, get deep and dark to try to figure out what was going on. So what I'm saying is if you're going to have to go to the dark side to even wake up to get to the light in this realm to get true freedom. Because see, that's this reason why the beast done scared y'all. They scared you. They got you scared of the dark. You see what I'm saying? They got you scared of your own power, your own magic. You know what I mean? Witchcraft is all through the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They got you scared of becoming an alchemist. And you don't understand that Jesus was an alchemist. Why do you think he was turning water into wine and walking on water and feeding 5,000 people with 7 fucking fish and some bread? Now, how the hell he do that? This dude was doing some type of magical powers. He was an alchemist. He was tapped in. Jesus was tapped into the mind. And what did Jesus say, though? Jesus said that, don't be excited about me. He said that you won't go out and do more miraculous things than I never did. You see what I'm saying? And you got the world today. You see a lot of people out here doing crazy shit. Like real miraculous type stuff. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, and we still not really tapped into our full capacity of being gods. You know what I'm saying? Because we so chemicalized. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that we're going through with the radiation and the directed energy weapons and all the kryptonites that the beast done created for us. But at the same time, though, they know they can't stop us because God's going to be gods, and we still going to prevail. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end this video right now because I'm running out of stories. It's going to be another part. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Shout out to brother Sanchez. Shout out to brother 607. You know what I'm saying? Because he's on the video. He's going to be on the next half. Holla back.